Everybody, so I just wanted to give a quick overview for all the new agents on how to use MLS. Exciting times, and let's get into it. So you can go to mlsstratus.com or LA Realtor and click the link there right here for Stratus. Stratus is the MLS system software that our MLS uses. So I'm going a little too quick here. So that'll bring up your login screen, and you'll log in right there. You put in your username. It's going to be some numbers, a bunch of numbers, and a password. You get these directly from the multiple listing service. Of course, I can't show that now. When you get on, this is the screen you're going to see. So let's think about the first thing you want to do, right? You look up on the left side here. This is sort of everything you need to know about searching for properties. And you see right here, public records. Click on public records. I'm going to teach you something you're really probably most excited about, having access to MLS. You choose whatever county you want to look up a property. You get to spy on your neighbors, your family, your friends, and their houses. So let's we'll click on that. Nassau County. We're going to put in an address or a last name. So as this pulls up, we could go to an address. We could, or a town, we could put in a street number. And a street. And we could hit submit right here and find the address that way. So 89 Oak Street in Farmingdale, owned by Peter Miranda. So let's do some spying. So let's say you were spying on your neighbor, a family member, or more business use. You're trying to find the house that you think may be selling soon. So you go there, you find out now this is the owner. Mailing address is the same as the property address, so they live there. We have some basic tax information, some basic property information that came from the town and Nassau County, actually. Then we have some deed info. So this particular person had their deed recorded in 2021, and they got a mortgage for $435,000 using an FHA loan from a bank named Mr. Cooper. He purchased it in 2015. So this was a refinance, it seems, or maybe he added someone to the deed, but it looks like he purchased it in 2015 from Giovanni Barberi. And we have all that info there. We also have, as we go down, the listing history. So in 2012, it sold on the MLS. And then again in 2015, it sold on the MLS. And I could go and look and pull up that historical MLS information. I can see how it was marketed. Did it have an apartment in it, a pool, or whatever information was available at that time. I could see who listed it. I could see what it was listed for and what it sold for. So even back then, houses were selling for full price. It's amazing. So that's a great feature and something you're probably pretty excited to use and check out. Now, the area, let me go back to kind of the beginning here, that you're going to also see it and spend a lot of time. Well, here's a search form. I don't like using this. It doesn't have all the info. So I'm going to go right here on the search. I am going to click on search. I'm going to be looking up houses. That's residential. You could do condos or co-ops, rentals, land, or commercial. Let's start with residential. That's 90% of where I'll be spending my time. Available, that means it's for sale. Unavailable would be everything that's not for sale. It's sold, it's under contract, it's off the market. And we'll stick with available for now. So that's what you want to choose. It'll already be there, residential available. Let's click continue. And of course, with me recording the Zoom, everything's a little slow right now. Why not? All right. So I have a client who's interested in houses in Farmingdale. Right now, that'd be about the limit because you're only going to have 22 houses in Farmingdale for sale. But as the inventory grows, maybe they need 2 bathrooms or at least 1.5, 1.5 bathrooms, and they need at least 3 bedrooms. Like they don't even want to consider something if it doesn't have 3 bedrooms. So we got 19 houses. Oh, and it's really important to them that it has, let's see here, taxes under 14,000. Now you really want to cast the widest net possible when you're doing your search for listings because there's not going to be a lot. So now we're down to 12. I could hit submit. It will bring up a list of all 12. I could check off some boxes because maybe I know certain blocks and areas of Farmingdale they like. But let's do it the other way where we'll just click on the first one. So this is 29 Cheryl. It places them in price order. And I never put any price information, so it's going to give me everything. And here's the MLS sheet. So when you're reading it, the address, the price, bedrooms and bath count, taxes. So like your most important information is here. School, agent only remarks, information that you as an agent may want to know. Built-in microwave as is means it doesn't work. Public remarks, that's the property description. Then we have some other information, interior square footage, other interior features they might have. It has sprinklers and a garage, and it's gas, heat, and hot water with AC. So the house has a lot. This description here is nice. So in the basement, you have all these rooms, and then the first floor, second floor, third floor, and it gives you a nice idea of what's going on. You know who the listing agent is and how to set up your showing. You'd call this number. You'd say, hi, my name is Joe from Weicker Realtors, and I'd like to show 29 Cheryl Lane in Farmingdale. And they'll tell you how it shows and what times you could show it. So this is a good one. My fictitious buyer would be interested in that house. Yep, this one too. This is coming soon. So that's not available to be shown yet. You could call and ask them when it will be shown. And the way you find that out is you call this number right here on the showing instructions. 8th Avenue, sure, my buyer's interested in that one. They're looking for everything on the 600,000. I'm going to click all these because they all look like they'd be worth the buyer considering. So we got a lot of houses at 599 right now. So we're going to click all these. Oh, we're over 600. So I might still send this one. It's not over by much. So I now have 7 houses that I chose using this button here that I want to send to my buyer or I want to print or save. So if you wanted to print them, you click that little print icon. You see right here, current listing. No, I want to do all 7 that I selected. Broker full means yes, I want all the information, and I can hit print right there and it will print 7 listings. Maybe I don't want to print them. I want to send them to my client. I click that little send button right there. It's going to set up an email. I put in their email address, crazyhomebuyer@aol.com. And I'm going to say Farmingdale under 600. Okay. And I'll say, hi, John. Here are some listings we should consider. I'll be in touch soon. Then we're going to spell check because that's important. Just click on view details to see all 7. All right, that's the email I want to send to them. I have to scroll down. It's going to have my name. It's going to come from me, but I want to change this, not from the current listing, but for 7 selected listings, all of them. Also, it will default to client full, no address. I don't know why you'd have to hide the address. So you want to choose either customer full or client full. It really doesn't matter. We could get into a whole agency conversation, but the information is the same. Now, it's also going to CC you to the email you have set up with MLS. a copy of all 7. That's why I like to name it like this. So if Crazy Home Buyer calls me in a week, I could just go under my email and look for emails with that title, Farmingdale under 600,000. And I'm going to hit send. Now, both of us will get that email shortly. So now I just sent a potential home buyer that I'm working with 7 houses that they should look at. I want to follow up and now make sure they got the email, see if they have any other questions. But long story short, I just did the most important part of being a new realtor. I searched for listings, I printed them, and I sent them to a client. Now that same client's going to get an accepted offer on one of these houses. They want to look for a house that's sold. They want comps. They want to know, is this house really worth what I'm paying for it? So I'm going to go into Farmingdale again. Let me back up. I'm going to go to the search area. I'm going to choose unavailable and unclick available. So these are unavailable houses. And maybe I want to see everything that's sold in the last 6 months. So I'm going to click Farmingdale. I'm going to add 1.5 bathrooms, at least 3 bedrooms. And I'm going to look for houses that sold, title date is sold in the last 6 months. So T, which is today, minus 180 days. That'll go back 180 days, which is close enough to 6 months, is 141. All right, that might be a little too much for me to click through all of them. So maybe the house they're buying is actually 2 bathrooms and its taxes are under 14. It's got air conditioning. Let's see, master bath. I don't really like to use these because not all the agents put that stuff in. So stick to the main numbers, main information. And I'm looking in Farmingdale in a price range that I had an accepted offer at 600. So I want to go from 550 to 650. All right, now we're down to 49. So I can click through these. And let's say the house I'm looking at, I can always click back here to criteria and add more criteria. Maybe the house my buyer's buying is an expanded Cape. So I can choose expanded Cape. Now I'm down to 10. I can take a look and now click through these to find which one is the most similar to the house my buyer is buying. Maybe there's 2 or 3. So I click on, oh yeah, 10 Sinclair. That's very close. It's a similar area. Okay, that's similar. 18 Alexander, sure, that one too. So now I can send these 2 listings the same way to my buyer, Crazy Home Buyer. I type in that email address there. I make the subject. I write whatever I want it to say, and I hit send. So now I just sent to John Crazy Home Buyer 2 comparables to show the house he's paying $615 for is about right, and everything looks good. A couple other things you should play around with in MLS as you're getting started here. You get back to this screen. There's some news here, some things you could click on that the Board of Realtors felt was important for you to know and important enough to highlight. Over on the right side, collaborate. Jared could teach more about what collaborate is. MLS rules, if you got some problems with automatic fines, hopefully you're not dealing with that. MLS forms, that's important. And more importantly, Intranet, where you can type up your forms. RPR is another resource you have access to. We're going to stick to MLS stuff for right now. Some other areas you can go. Pay your bill, very important. If you join MLS, you got to pay your bill. You click on that and you'll be able to pay your bill just by clicking this link right here. And I have no balance due, but if I did, I can make the payment. While you're here, you can make sure your email address is correct, your name, office, all that. You want to make sure that's correct, and you can see your member number. That's your login, and there's some other things you can get to from there. Info Center is this screen here. Listings we went over. That's where you could search for listings. Don't worry too much about market share and statistics for now. Public records, you can look up houses that are maybe not listed on the MLS and find more information there. Contacts and CMA, that's information you could save. Probably not something we need to worry about now. Settings, if you click on settings, you can again change some of the information on your, on your profile. So your profile, make sure the websites are right, phone numbers, agent photo, make sure you have a good photo there. Market areas, you could change so that on your screen, if you notice, Master Farmingdale and Carl, that was a search I was doing for a buyer. When I click on here, they show up under today's listing, so I can quickly see everything in Farmingdale that might have changed today, or new listings that came out. LI Realtor, that's kind of where I start, where I log in and find houses. Oh, that's an interesting one. 2 Park Court sold. Okay. And I could click on that and see more information. Great way to keep track of what's going on the market, so you follow along. LIRealtor.com, I'm going to click on that. That brings me to the screen like where I logged in. Lots of information in here. Education, you could click on that, or you could just hang out here and hover over all your courses. A lot of courses are in here. So as a new member, you need to do new member orientation. Very, very important. You got a time limit on when that has to be done by, and you could do it online for free now. So again, it's taking forever to load up. It won't on your computer, but here's your different options: self-guided course or a live webinar, and you can see how to sign up and set up for that. Again, lirealtor.com, so all your education. A calendar, that's just events that MLS has coming up. Very interesting to check out. There could be some networking events or really all kinds of things. So play around, see what events might be coming up, what you might be interested in viewing. As I kill some time here while the screen loads up. There we go. So now I can find different events coming up. So they actually have Stratus demo. That's what I'm kind of doing for you now in a very short abbreviated version, but you can take a few hours in a class as a webinar on March 25th to learn a little more. Let's go back to lirealtor.com. Member area. You will spend some time here. I'm going to come back to this realtor search. You click here and you want to look up that realtor who you're supposed to call back. So here we go. I'm going to look up Paul LaBelle, and there he is. And now I have his phone number and his email address. You could look up any realtor that way. Get involved, some different committees and divisions and other opportunities for you to grow and, get involved with Long Island Board of Realtors and they have some of their about stuff. Really, you don't use too much of that. Member area, lots in here. All right. You won't need to worry too much about the licensing. You got to this point, you're licensed. Your account, your profile and make a payment. You do that through here, manage your account. Profile, that's again, phone number, cell phone, email, headshot. Make a payment, pretty self-explanatory. Information, well, you're already a member of library, your full dues schedule available there. Legal hotline, if you have a legal question, of course, you can come to Jared and I. Dispute Resolution Center, that's if you're having a problem with getting paid on a listing or some sort of a problem with getting offers presented, you do have to come to us on that first. Fair housing information, other research and data, benefits, discounts, and savings. You could actually click on here and get discounts like as if you worked for a big multinational company at car rentals or different 1-800-Flowers, car rentals, car purchases, movies. They have a whole bunch of different things and discounts. Stick with this member area. Frequently asked questions. What is LIBOR and how much are the bills and how do I make some changes? What do I need to do? Probably not stuff you'll deal with all that often. Resources. You will deal with resources a fair amount. Mostly documents on demand. This is beside Instinet. This is another way you can download offer forms, agency forms, fair housing forms. All those forms you're going to need as a realtor, and hopefully you remember from your real estate school. But you can find all those forms here, like an agency right there. You could fill it in and print it out. Fair housing will be in here too. New York State Housing Anti-Discrimination Form and some disclosure forms. So all of that's in there. Your sales agreement. Now when you type in here, it does not save. So make sure if you're going to use those, you're saving them and you're printing them. They will not save there for you. So that gives you a basic overview, or maybe a little more than a basic overview, of how to send listings, how to print listings, how to search for listings, how to find properties that have already sold, or how to spy on your neighbors or look up public records information for a property. If you have any other questions, Jared and I are more than happy to help you as a Weichert agent. We're happy to have you in our office. And if somebody's watching this who's not a Weichert agent, we're happy to help you too. So feel free to reach out. LIBOR is a great resource for you to reach out to, but we're here to help. We want to see everybody succeed. And one of the first things you need to be doing is using MLS, getting familiar with the inventory on the market, what is recently sold, what's an average price, and start sending listings to your buyers and doing research for your sellers on pricing out a house. Check out our other videos. We have a lot of great training, and we'll have more coming out soon. Thanks so much.